Today on Inspiration, we're talking with Fem Belling, entertainer and singer. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks, Katrina.
So you've been a Broadway star, musical comedy. You just finished playing Liza Minnelli in The Boy from Oz.
Yep.
So what brought you to this amazing musical career?
What didn't? I come from a family of amazingness. My mum was a flamenco dancer.
Wow.
And my dad's a jazz musician and a lawyer. And yeah, when I was young, they just, I went to music class. I did it, played the violin, played the piano, which I was very rubbish at. Stopped playing the piano, continued with the violin. Did, all the things that you have to do and had talent for it. And ever since I can remember, I've been on stage. It's just something that I have to do. Yeah.
And what do you love most about performing and being on stage?
Oh. Okay, if anyone tells you that they don't like the applause, they're lying. Having the power as a performer through your craft to make people cry or laugh or entertain them, or just suspend reality, even if it's like a second, even if they believe you for like 1 second, or they laugh for a second. That's the magic right there. I got music, I got my man who got my head to blow. I got daisies all in green pastures. I got my man who got my red to blow.
So performance has always been in your heart and who you are.
Totally. Sometimes, I watch television and I see adverts for people, come and do this kind of work or this kind of job, and I just think, God, I'm so lucky to be able to be paid to do what I love. It is awesome.
Yeah, I think it's soul-destroying if you're not following a dream and doing what you love every day.
Absolutely, and knowing that from not birth, well, maybe birth, but knowing that from a young age that that's what I want to do, and then you do it, and you still do it. That's awesome.
It's not an easy career. I mean, it's sort of I guess a lot of singer waitresses out there and performer, waitresses or whatever. And how do you keep that conviction to do what you love every day?
It comes with the territory. It does. Our industry is an industry of uncertainties. You can be amazing, but you perhaps aren't right for that particular thing, or whatever the circumstances are. Society dictates as to what's hip and happening now, and it comes with it. You do whatever you can. It just doing that gig, or doing the one gig, or doing that one audition, or coming through a challenge, or getting through over a boundary or over something, and you go, yes, I did it. It's worth the tip of the table money. And you never know who's serving it. No.
Yes. It's like in LA, you're serving someone and you're like, oh, and I've got my screenplay right here.
Exactly. Allow me to just put this down here.
With the coffee. And what advice would you give someone who's looking to get into the entertainment industry, basically at any age? And that's maybe they've been doing something that they don't love, and they really think, I belong on the stage, I want that piece of magic.
My first question is why?
Yeah.
Why would you want to do it? Because it is one of the hardest things. If you don't love it more than anything, if you don't love it more than a lot of things in life, you won't be able to withstand the longevity. I'm not saying you're not good at it. Some people are good at it, but they just, unless you've got to be on stage and you've got to be doing that thing and performing and it's inside of you and you have to do it. It'll be a hard gig. But if they want to try, do it. It's one of the most magic things in the world, I think.
So you've done some extraordinary things in your career. You've been on Broadway, you've been lead in London's West End, like I mentioned before, you just played Liza Minnelli in The Boy from Oz. You've done numerous musical theatre and everything all over the world. What has been your career highlight?
Liza Minnelli, wow. Who doesn't want to play Liza? Yeah, and when I got that phone call, just, yep, you got Liza, I was like, what? Liza Minnelli? That's amazing. Yeah, and playing her and walking on stage in a suit made of 2,000 red crystals.
Cool.
That's pretty cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
You've just been given the news that you've got breast cancer, which is not an easy thing to find out, I'm sure. And you seem very positive. How are you dealing with it?
It is an extraordinary shock thing that happens because, you know, I found a lump. My partner, oh my God, I got a lump. Oh, it's fine, it's probably nothing, you know, we'll go. And within 10 days of having it checked and people sort of saying, oh, you know, probably nothing, but everything, within 10 days, sitting down in front of, you know, someone and them going, right, well, it is a tumour and you do have breast cancer and here's what happens. And for them, it's, you know, studies, they know exactly what happens and you sort of go, right, great, okay, fantastic, good.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Pardon? Because it's just sort of, there's an element of personal guilt. You're like, well, I must have been hard on my body or bad at something, you know, I must have been bad at something. I eat my veggies and, you know, like I don't drink that much. And, you know, and there's some element of, no, it can't be. No, my body's good, it's all fine. And nothing's alerted me to feeling ill or, I just went to Zumba, did a stretch and put my hand on it and was like, what is that? And, I have no answer to how am I coping. I don't feel like anything's gonna change in my life for the worse. It's something that I've got to do, and we just got to do what happens. Yeah, I don't know, going down that path and then there was a roadblock there, so cool, we either get rid of the roadblock, reverse, do things and go down another one. I haven't really sort of come to any prophetic thing of, well, I'm just going to be positive. I just am doing what I can. Get up, you know, can still sing.
It's a very positive attitude you have, and I think that's really an inspiration to many other women that are going through breast cancer at the same time as you, and to be like, you know, if you can just keep going and if you've got a positive attitude and it is just another sort of thing you need to solve and you need to do, and, you know, be positive and get over it rather than going into a downward negative cycle about it, I think.
Well, I mean, the fear is there, of course it is. I mean, there's that fear of not only of being there, but perhaps it evolving into something more, you know, life-threatening. But sometimes, as my partner said to me last night, in fact, he said, if you feed that wolf will grow. And apparently it's a Native American turn of phrase. If you feed that fear of, oh God, it's gonna, oh well, it's got to be bad, you know, it's cancer, it's the big C word, it's terrible, and then if you keep feeding that, then that animal will grow bigger than the other animal.
Yeah, it's the fear that will kill you inside because it's your mind anyway.
And we all know that happens, even if it's not cancer, even if it's like an exam that you're stressed for, or something that's happened, or, you know, oh God, you're nervous to confront something or confront somebody or confront, and you're like, and you panic at night and you panic at night, you get yourself worked up, and then it's not actually that bad. I'm not saying that having breast cancer is not that bad, it's a serious thing, and you know, but I don't know, I'm still running around and singing and, you know, having fun, and when those things stop, then we deal with that.
Thank you for sharing that with us.
It's a pleasure, and, you know, if have a feel, always have a feel. Yes.
Yeah, I think it's important for women to check their breasts and make sure.
Yeah, and even get your partner to have a feel.
Yeah.
That's also a great one. Yeah, be vigilant.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure.
Good luck with your jazz career.
Thank you so much.
Until next time, be inspired. If you would like any more information on any of the tips or segments you've seen on today's show, please go to our website www.inspirationalwomen.tv.